If I see this clearly, it looks like Tad Boyle is sitting down and ready to do his Zoom call with the media, and so we'll bring him in for the first 3 or 4 questions, and we appreciate it from our brother in the media to allow us to do that. Tad, congratulations. I think you can hear us at this point in time. A nice win tonight, 84-61. Just overall, let's get your general thoughts on the victory here tonight.
Yeah, Mark, I thought we played really hard, and South Dakota did too. I mean, my hats go off to them. They were running some offensive stuff that was at a pace that, was mid-season form. And I thought our guys did a pretty darn good job of matching the intensity. I thought Eli Parquet defensively, that point guard they got, you look at his stat line and it doesn't look like real impressive. 3 for 11, 0 for 3 from 5 from 3, but man, Eli made him work for everything. And I thought he really got into him and wore him down because he's a good player. But I thought his defensive effort, we had 20 assists, Mark, on offense. Anytime we have 20 assists, it's a good night for the Buffs offensively. So overall, I was pleased. There's certainly some, we found much. One of the stats that we have that we had on is we want to make more free throws than our opponent attempts. And South Dakota did that to us tonight. They made more free throws than we attempted. And I think that's, again, a result of their really playing a heck of a game and a good game plan. And so we had a quick foul as much as we did tonight.
Yeah, that turnover number you're talking about, with as much newness as you had on that roster, to go out there and only have 8 turnovers, I think is a nice feather in your cap. And maybe part of that is the fact, you've got a guy like McKinley, who was outstanding, by the way, tonight in so many respects. Yeah. But doing the lion's share of ball handling out there, I suppose that contributes to it. But still, that says something about the rest of the guys in your roster as well.
It does, Mark. And, we had 2 turnovers at half, and we talked as a staff, let's not tell the guys. I don't want them starting to think about it. So we had 6 in the second half. But again, that's a really good number when you can be in the single digits, and it sure helps having a senior point guard. And you run out of superlatives about McKinley the more you're around him. But he played like an All-American tonight. I think he's an All-American, and I thought he played like it tonight.
You got some nice minutes, especially for Jabari Walker and Tristan Da Silva. You and I've talked enough about those two. I see what you like about both of them out there. They've got an instinct for this game, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Jabari, at the end, he almost had a tip dunk, and I had to tell him, you don't get extra points for tip dunks. I'd like him to grab that with two hands and come down and come away with 2 points. But man, he's a beast on the boards. He's got great, like you said, instincts, shot blocking. He plays with a motor. He's both Tristan and Jabari. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when they're going to be really good players for us. And I thought for their first Division I game, I was proud of both of them. Tristan obviously got a few more minutes on the perimeter with Deshaun being out. He's a guy that can play, I think, inside and out. And Jabari eventually will become that guy. We're just trying to make it a little simpler for him now early and having him play kind of just the inside spot, if you will. But he'll eventually be an inside-out guy because he can shoot the 3 and he can put the ball on the floor. He's a terrific player. I thought both those guys were good tonight. Again, we fouled a little bit too much, but it's the learning curve is going to be a quick and steep one for both of them.
Yeah. And Ted, one more question, then we'll let you go and you can talk to the rest of the guys in the media. And again, fellas, we appreciate you allowing us to do this. On Friday night, you get to meet up with an old Big 12 foe out here, and I know that brings back a little bit of nostalgia, but just a quick thought about Kansas State.
Well, I mentioned to you on the pregame, Mark, I wish we had Levi Knutson in the uniform to make 6 or 7 points, like we did last time we were in this building. But, K-State had a tough loss tonight to a good Drake team. They're well coached. K-State was in the Elite 8 2 years ago. So this is a storied program. They've got a lot of pride. They got a coach who I think is one of the most underrated coaches in America, in Bruce Weber. They got a bunch of new guys, and they played like it tonight. They'll be better on Friday than they were tonight. We got to be ready for whatever they throw at us. They're going to have bigger, longer, athletic guys than South Dakota did. So it's going to be a challenge, like every game is. And that's one thing about Division I basketball. I want our guys to understand nothing will be given to you. You have to go earn everything. And tonight I thought we earned a win, and I'm really proud of our guys.
And congratulations. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you on Friday.
Okay, Mark.
Okay, we'll continue with the normal media here. Pat Rooney, go ahead. First question. Pat, unmute.
Coach,
Pat, you're still muted.
Coach, what can you tell us about the Sean situation?
Well, you know, there was a possible exposure for Sean, and so you know we just wanted to be very, very safe with him and not put anybody else at risk. And so we're hopefully he'll be back in uniform on Friday. We'll see. We'll know more tomorrow and Friday about that situation. But that's really all I have, Pat. Is you know there's a possible exposure, and we wanted to be really, really safe with him and with everybody in the program and our opponents. So we'll see where we're at on Friday, and hopefully we'll find out some news tomorrow.
If I can follow on that, then is he here then? Or is he back in Boulder and maybe flying out here if he's cleared?
Yeah, we don't have all the details yet, Pat. He did go back to Boulder today. So he is going to be in Boulder, and then we'll find out more information on that tomorrow.
Okay, next question, Hart Pisani.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win. In watching the game, about 7 minutes left in the first half, y'all were up 26-20, and it seemed like from there, I mean, y'all just got off running and never really let up. What do you think kind of changed at that moment to allow y'all to really pull away and separate yourselves from South Dakota?
I thought our guards, both McKinley and Eli, during that stretch, Hart, made some really good plays defensively. McKinley got going in transition, then he hit a three. Eli had a block shot, and then he came down and hit a three, and we just got the momentum in our favor. And you know that was the good news. The bad news is we were up 20, about 3-4 minutes to go in the first half, and we went dormant on offense, and you know they scored 6 points. We fouled them twice, 90 some feet from the basket after they had secured the rebound. Didn't play very smart there, and we go in only up 14 and a half and then up 26. So again, those are areas for improvement. But I thought when we broke it open there in the first half, I thought McKinley and Eli, really their energy on defense and getting some buckets in transition were really big for us.
Okay, Rod Mackey.
Tad, you've seen these guys practice since June, but you never know with the team what they're going to do when the lights come on. What did you think about their performance?
Well, Rod, I know what to expect from McKinley Wright and from Batty and some of our veterans. I wanted to see, hey, where was Dallas? I thought he had some good minutes. He was hampered by foul trouble all night. Certainly a guy like Keyshawn Bartholomew, who we haven't talked about, I thought he did some really nice things in the minutes he got. We've been on him consistently about his energy and effort on defense. And I thought when he saw how Eli and McKinley were guarding on the perimeter, I thought Keyshawn came in and did some really nice things for us defensively. So, Rod, you know how the veterans are going to play for the most part. What you don't know is how those freshmen are going to play. A guy like Keyshawn or Dallas coming back, and then the four newbies. So I was pleased. Again, not perfect, a lot of room for improvement, but as the old saying goes, you'd rather learn from a win than learn from a loss.
Okay, Justin.
Coach, with Dallas, we've talked in the past about the potential that he has this year not wearing that leg brace, just what it does for him with his lateral movement, mobility. In those departments, did you see an improvement, maybe some more mental confidence with him, just being able to space the floor and move around a little bit without that brace?
Absolutely. And, the one thing we know about Dallas, he is a weapon on the low block. And you look at his stat line, he's 4 for 6 from the field in 14 minutes. I mean, he's very efficient. He had 7 rebounds in 14 minutes. I mean, that's fantastic. That's a good number. For 14 minutes, you get you go 4 for 6 from the line, and you're 8 points and 7 rebounds. That's fantastic. So we just got to have him play a little bit more, and the way for him to do that is just not have silly fouls. And he had some tough ones. You know, we had some tough fouls called on us, but hey, that's the way it is. You know, we're just coming out of, you know, tough situations in terms of, you know, practices and quarantines and, you know, uncertainties. Well, guess what? The officials are doing the same thing, and they got a whole new set of protocols. And so sometimes they might be a little rusty early, just like players might and coaches might. So Dallas is going to be just fine.
Jake, go ahead.
Hey, Tad, early season, obviously the first game in a crazy off season. Can you just give me kind of your thoughts on what you saw from your defense and your rebounding, you know, your two staples?
Yeah, I thought defensively we were really good, Jake. I mean, you look at the field goal percentage, 33%, you know, and 15% from three. We'll take those numbers every single night. I thought where we were not very good, and I kind of knew this coming in, is we got to shore up our defensive rebounding. I mean, we let a team that is undersized get 14 offensive rebounds. That can't happen, because again, if that happens against South Dakota, we're going to have real problems against K-State on Friday. So our rebounding was not where it needs to be. I thought our defense was. I thought our energy, our effort, our attention to the game plan was good. It wasn't great. But it was good. And we've got some areas to improve in that department as well. So first game, you're pleased. You have 20 assists and 8 turnovers. You know, usually your offense is a little bit further behind your defense this time of year. Tonight it wasn't. I thought offensively we were pretty good.
Okay, we're going to do 2 more quick ones. Devin, go ahead real quick.
Hey, Coach, you kind of touched on it at the end, but what can you say about the assist to turnover ratio? I know that was something that was a big emphasis in the offseason, and it was something that this team kind of struggled with last year. So what can you say about this assist to turnover ratio in this?
Well, the most important of those numbers is the turnovers, and that starts with making good decisions and taking care of the ball. And I thought that was very good. Again, you have 2 at halftime. That's a great number. We'd like to be 12 or fewer. You know, we had 6 in the second half, which is right on that 12 number. So it starts with the turnovers, but the assists, boy, man, when you get 20 assists and you get, you know, we've got a lot of weapons on this team, both inside and from the perimeter. And we had some guys not shoot the ball well from 3 tonight that are very capable shooters. You know, as I go down that list, you know, Evan can shoot the 3. You know, Maddox and Eli were both 2 for 4. Dry obviously hit some big ones in the second half. But we got some guys that can really shoot the ball from the perimeter. And, you know, you'll take 10 for 25 all day long, 40%. But, man, with that being said, we missed some really good looks too. So offensively, I was really pleased with the assists, and I was really pleased with the turnovers.
Okay, final question for Pat.
Coach, how have the Buffs been Thanksgiving as you also get ready for Friday night?
Well, we're going to let these guys sleep in. We're going to have a nice breakfast. We'll do our scouting report on K-State, probably middle to late in the morning. Get them off their feet a little bit. Our practice time tomorrow, unfortunately, isn't until 4. I'm not going to have them have a big Thanksgiving meal, you know, before we practice. So we'll practice, probably won't go very long, come back to the hotel. And I'm hoping that the food service has great turkey and stuffing and sweet potatoes and stuff. And we'll let them eat a little bit and get up, have a shoot around on Friday, and hopefully, you know, have another performance from an effort standpoint like we did tonight.